Okay, everybody, this is Emar Substitute, the Sports Inquirer, and we're joined by Brett Surrency from Georgia State Men's Soccer. Brett, how was the road trip to Ohio? First time up there for the team, debut in the MAC conference. How did it go for the team, just travel-wise, logistics, with some unfamiliar territory for you?
Logistically, it was very smooth. No real issues in that. We had a little bit of a change to our flights where we had a stop as opposed to getting direct. But other than that, everything was smooth. It was a longer trip, so I think everyone was pretty excited to get back home. Sleep in your own bed and a little bit of familiarity. But overall, it was smooth.
Yeah, you split those matches. Before we get to the Akron victory, we have to go over the Bowling Green contest. You're up 2-1, just unable to finish out that contest. What was the difference between that first half and the second half, and just what led to the team not being able to finish out that contest?
Yeah, I don't know. We kind of feel like we didn't take care of the small details. Bowling Green is really good on set pieces, and their two goals in the second half came from that. So something that we felt like we needed to do a little bit better. That was a big point of emphasis for us going into the game, and ultimately it was something that we failed upon. So the little details, I don't think it was major things, but when you play against good teams, which Bowling Green is certainly that, the attention to detail is really, really important. And as you mentioned, being up 2-1 in a conference road game, you got to find a way to get points from that. And I think that was the major message leaving that game is hopefully that experience is something that we can learn from and be better the next time we're in that scenario.
Well, you were able to rebound a day later, or 2 days later, against Akron on October 10th with a 3-1 victory over nationally ranked Akron. First win over a ranked team since 2019. Just a big victory for the program, not only your first MAC victory, but a contest against a top 15 team nationally.
Yeah, they're really good. They're historically very good, and this year they were excellent as well too. I have a lot of respect for them as a program, and certainly for this year as well too. So proud of the guys, and we had a distinct way we wanted to go about the game, and felt like they were able to execute that plan and ultimately get 3 points out of it. And it was really big, I think, particularly with the way the game went on Thursday, to be able to get 3 points out of the trip was huge, and hopefully it's something that we can use as a little bit of a momentum builder and keep going in conference play.
Yeah, and senior Salar Faryar, he had 2 goals in the contest against, including a bicycle kick in the first half that gave you the 1-0 lead into the half. We spoke with them last week. Just speaking with them, the maturation and maturity of a super senior, a guy that's been in collegiate soccer for 5 years now, it came across to me as a big part of his success, and I'm sure that translates to the team as well, having a player of his capabilities on the roster.
Yeah, and Solar's gone through some really adverse situations with some injuries, and I think he's had to approach the games a little bit differently because of that. And I give him full credit over the last couple weeks or so. He's really found a niche in terms of his preparation, and I think you've been able to see that in his performances in the game. So, but to your point, I think some of that is just understanding and learning yourself and what you need to do to put yourself in the best scenario to be successful on a game day. And I think he's done an excellent job of doing that. And hopefully, like you said, that's something that some of the younger guys can look towards and use that as a baseline for themselves as well too.
Yeah, Max Wilkins was able to get a goal as well, made the score 3-1. So you were able to get those goals in bunches and really take control of the contest. What about his goal, giving you firm control of the contest?
Yeah, it was a really good individual play by Matt in the wide area. He delivered an excellent ball, and Max has a really good knack for just being in the right place at the right time, and he certainly did that, and was able to put it away. And it was a really big goal. I think it gave us a little bit of breathing room. I think Akron had scored 3 minutes before that, so at that moment, 2-1 on the road, and the crowd behind them, and feeling them gain some momentum. So for Matt and Wilco to be able to combine together to get the third one, I think was massive, and maybe took a little bit of wind out of their sails and maybe boosted us up at the same time. So it was a really big moment for us.
Yeah, and you had that trip to Ohio. Now you're back in Atlanta, and you have a quick turnaround. You're playing ETSU on October 12th, yes, October 12th, which is a Tuesday. What was the reason for this matchup? It was at the conference schedule giving you just I think a 7 or 10 day gap period between matches. Did you just because you could have also just taken this time off as well? What was the reasoning for putting this on your schedule?
Well, the ETSU game was actually there first, and then the
Okay.
conference came and changed a little bit of the scheduling. It certainly isn't ideal. We weren't able to move it, and in the sake of trying to get the schedule right again and not lose too many games, we ended up just having to keep it. So we'll certainly lean on a little bit of depth, for the game, because beyond just some heavy legs, I think we'll have some just tired bodies from travel as well too. So, it'll be a good challenge for us to try and mentally prepare for it, as well as the physical side of it. But it is what it is at this point. We got to find a way to get it done, and then I think we have a 9-day period after that before we get back into conference play. So, we'll take the opportunity as it is, and hopefully put our best foot forward.
Yeah, and I look at their schedule too. They kind of ran to a same scenario with their SoCon schedule as far as having weekend matches and nothing for 7 to 8 day period. Is this the type of you mentioned it already? Is this type of matchup where you may see a unique starting lineup, maybe a little bit more rotations than normal? Because every match is important, but it doesn't count against your conference standings. So can we expect to see maybe some different players get some more time than normal?
Most likely, yes. One of those things that we'll do is we had guys in for treatment today. We'll do some similar stuff tomorrow. We'll really try and gauge bodies and minds, to ensure that we're doing the right thing for the individual athlete as well too. And then from there, start formulate what things look like with respect to lineups and and who plays what type of minutes. Sometimes some of that stuff plays itself out as well too within the game. So, we'll certainly look at it holistically and hopefully put the best thing forward for the team and for the program and the individual guys as well too, and find that balance and hopefully it's one that works.
Well, Coach, thank you for your time. We greatly appreciate it, and good luck against ETSU.
Awesome. Thank you very much.